is the Sage by Heston Blumenthal Scraper Mixer Pro, as you can see here. Look at that. It's a food mixer. It's a really good bit of kit. It's got a number of different attachments that come straight out of the box, a couple of others that you can actually get on the internet, and a couple of different settings and various bits of things to make it very versatile and very useful and helpful when you're cooking and baking. So in the box it comes with obviously the mixer, a really big jug, so it's quite useful. Doesn't come with this bowl, ignore the bowl. Comes with this bread hook thing, so pirate attachment. Got a little whisking attachment, a little spatula to help you scrape out the bowl, sort of standard mixing attachment, and then the sort of unique selling point of this particular mixer, which is the scraper beater. So this is basically the same as this other one. It's the same size, it does the same thing, but it has these little rubber handles on the edge of it. That was going running about. Little handles on the edge of it, and these are designed to sort of sit very close to the side of the bowl. And what it does is it scrapes the material from the sides as it's going around. So it's combining the ingredients in a much better way, which means you're going to get a much more even crumb on cakes and things, and just generally better mixing out of it. It's also meant to cut down mixing time, although to be honest I haven't really noticed that so much. It may be that I'm doing it wrong, but it generally seems to mix things pretty well, so it's really not a problem. So I'll just give you a quick demo of that. So I've plugged in the scraper mixer and put some bread flour, salt, sugar, yeast in there. I'm just going to give it a little demo mix together just to show you the sort of action you get out of this. So I've plugged it in, obviously. One cool thing that it does do, if you like little light shows, is when you turn it on. No, it does nothing because I haven't put the thing down. You have to put the thing down. When you put the thing down, it does that. It turns on in this lovely way. So that's actually quite a good little feature there. It won't actually activate unless you've got the head bit of it down in the bowl, which means you're less likely to inadvertently turn it on and spray cake mix everywhere. You also got this, which is quite nice little thing. So you stick it on there and you've got a little thing that stops stuff getting out, but also gives you a little funnel so you can pour stuff in, which is quite cool. So I'm just going to leave that on there and turn on the mixer. So just turn this little handle here, and you can see here we've got this sort of planetary action where it's going one way and the actual attachment is going the opposite way. And you can also see, hopefully, that it's getting very close up to the sides there. It's actually basically flush with the side of the mixing attachment, so it's really sort of mixing things really quite effectively there. There's nothing getting stuck to the sides, and believe me, when you're making something like brownies or a cake, it actually really does help them get any lumpy bits from the side and mix them in properly to the. If I just get my little cup of water, which I'm going to put in this rather lovely bread mixture, excuse my finger from in front of there. What I can do now is if I just turn this on, just demonstrate the mixing action. So you can see here it's very flush with the sides, we're getting some good little mixing going on. So what I can do is basically just tip this water in here. And as you can see, it makes it nice and easy for me to get that in there. It's getting a bit sad about the thing. It gets a little bit noisy when it's having trouble. But you can see there, it's actually scraping the sides really effectively. So that's come together to a nice little lump of dough. And there we see the one sort of weird flaw in this particular machine. I don't know if you can see that very well. The head bit moves around while it's mixing, which can be a bit disconcerting at first. I think it's meant to do that. It's not really obvious. It doesn't seem to have any problems. It just seems to judder a little bit as it's doing things. So finally I can switch over to the little bread attachment. I've switched us over to the little pirate guy here, the hook attachment that's used to kneading bread. I've put everything back together, and I'm just going to show you the other sort of quite nice little feature it's got here. So it's got a little timer, and that's quite useful in that if I now turn this on, it's going to tell me how long it's been going. So you can see there it just counts up, but also it's got these little buttons here, and what I can do is I can say, okay, this is bread, so it's going to take a few minutes, so I can put this on for say 4.5 minutes. Pick up this little bit of bread dough here. And I've told it now to go for 4.5 minutes, and I'm just going to put that onto the folding and kneading mode. And it's just going to go. And it's basically going to keep going until the timer runs out, and then when the timer runs out, it's going to stop. And that's actually quite useful when you got something like bread, which really does need quite a bit of mixing, because basically I can go now and sit and watch TV, and At the end of that, I can take my bread out of it, I can put it in my bread tin, and basically I don't really have to do very much, so really very much a convenient little bit of mixer. That's the Sage by Heston Blumenthal Scraper Beta Pro Mixer. Scraper Mixer Pro, sorry. And yeah, it's really nice. I actually like it quite a lot.